Beautiful women of the wellness revolution. And this morning, I realized something, and I really wanted to share it with all of you, especially after having some conversations with some of you, and some of you asking me if, even though I've shared a few times, like, so have you always been like this? Have you always been so bright? Have we always been so happy? Have you always been so passionate? So anyway, this morning, I am going to meet. It's morning here in Perth. 8:20 p.m. of the Saturday. And I am going to visit one of my friends. And I met her at a Bali retreat 7 years ago. And we are meeting all the girls that were on this Bali retreat, which by coincidence, 5 of these women happen to be one of my closest friends today. And as I was thinking and getting ready to go there this morning, I just had this just big wave of gratefulness and even very emotional, remembering the woman I was 7 years ago when I went to that trip in Bali. And and it was, I remember when I went to this retreat in Bali, and I was actually hating, disliking, feeling disgusted, feeling what is the word? Disappointed with who I was and what my life had become. I was in a place in my life that couldn't be any more low. I was still married to my ex-husband. We were in the worst part of our relationship. I was working as an engineer and I was absolutely hating it. I was in my role, I had to travel to Melbourne every week. So I was living a week in Melbourne, a week in Perth, a week in Melbourne, a week in Perth. And I remember our relationship was so bad that he loved the fact that I was away all the time. And I was happy that I was away all the time. Anyway, and then I remember during that retreat in Bali how I had to have such a close look at my life and realize how bad it was. Like it was just even worse than I thought. And how I was just actually living through the emotions, living day to day, but crying 80% of the time and feeling empty and disconnected. And oh my God, it was a very dark place, I can tell you that. And just also remembering during that same retreat in Bali is when I realized that my life was my own and that I had the control of it. And that only me and me with me could turn it around. That I had to stop being the victim of my circumstances as I had been all my life. It was always my parents' fault, my sister's fault, that friend's fault, my ex-husband's fault. Everyone was just in a mission of ruining my life. Up until this point, I had not taken any responsibility. So I remember that trip was very confronting in terms of me seeing how far I was from where I wanted to be. Like I thought at that time my life was going to be so different. I had moved to Australia and left everything in Colombia following a man that I thought was going to save me. Anything could be further than the truth that I was experiencing then. But anyway, so what I can tell you is it didn't take 7 years. It took much less than that. But it all started for me to transform my life. And my life today is not perfect. But there is one thing that has changed a lot, and is I took responsibility of my results. I took responsibility of my happiness, and I made a must to take responsibility of me and what I was doing for myself. I had to learn how to love me from zero, from minus 1,000, because I dislike me so much. I dislike every bit of me. I was not even satisfied with anything visually speaking, or the woman I have been, or the mistakes I have made. I couldn't even forgive myself for the mistake of having allowed a person who I was married to created so much pain in my life. I couldn't forgive me for having had the relationship I had with my mom and feeling that I didn't have a mom. So the message of today, and as I said, I got really grateful. It was such a beautiful feeling, because today I'm going to see this group of women that met me in the worst moment of my life. And today I'm going to go and see them in the happiest moment of my life. Oh, sorry. And these tears now are happiness of, yes, definitely. It's so happy. I'm going to go and see them today. I have seen them a lot. They've seen me through all this journey. But today we're going to talk about my wedding in 4 months in Colombia with the man of my dreams. We are going to talk about the amazing things I'm achieving and with my business and the great big things that I have allowed myself to dream of doing. And it's so amazing to just really look back and see, I have created this. I created that maze of a life I had today, and I have created this much better life for myself because I took responsibility, and because I knew that if I didn't stop loving myself with everything I was and forgiving myself for my life experiences and my weaknesses, no one was going to love me. And taking that responsibility and taking that ownership really allowed me to find the man that loves me as I am. I sneeze and he finds it cute. To, you know, like all those things, like to really be doing something that is so much full of purpose for me, that I absolutely love doing. And as I said, my life is not perfect, and I wake up stressed, anxious. I am a very anxious person. I'm uber passionate, but it also affects me in a negative way. I take emotions full on. But I am being true to myself. I decided to make myself visible to me and to others. I decided to make the most out of who I am. I decided to invest in myself. I decided to work with people who I know can help me. I decided to be disciplined and to dedicate time to do things for myself every day. So what I want to say today to you is, no matter where you are, no matter how shitty, in the middle, or gray your life is today, I think we need to strive for that growth all the time, because like a tree, we're either growing or dying. And if we get very comfortable with where we are, either if it's because it's bad or it's too good, we start dying and losing excitement. So today for me is like a celebration of me taking responsibility for my life and making the most of myself, and a huge, from the deepest part of my heart, for those of you that especially feel that today are not in a great place, that things tend to get better, things will get better, you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get better. This is happening for you, not to you. And that if you take responsibility and you decide to love yourself, like in the video that I posted from Jennifer Lopez that I loved the other day, is like, you have to love yourself, and that is the biggest, most important thing you have to do today. Your life is going to turn around. You need to get clear on that vision that you want for your life. So I'm sending you lots of love, and I hope you truly make the time to look at this. I don't know how long was I for, 2-3 minutes, because I know these words, I truly believe them. I live them for myself. I experience it for myself, and I share this experience with so many women I have worked, and I know that the moment we make that shift, a life completely transforms. So sending you lots of love. Bye, Bethany. Bye.